Hey guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John, and today we're going to be going over the One Replicas EEDk. In other words, the Count Dooku. This thing is so freaking cool. I just cannot even wait to show it off. It is one of my favorite lightsabers, and I'm so happy that I finally got to install it. It really isn't that loud, but honestly, it's kind of a cool saber to just have to pick up and play with when you're ready, because everything about it is quick action. I'll show you exactly what I mean, so stick around. Alright, this is super exciting. So this is a One Replicas EEDk. So this is a Dooku hilt that Francisco over at One Replicas has been working on for a while. This thing turned out amazing. It is, by my knowledge, this is one of the most accurate out there in terms of size. If you watch the movie, this section here actually wasn't sandblasted and made like a gray. That was more of actually a Master Replicas thing. The movie, there's never any point that you see it that it's that color. So he kept it shiny, and yeah, I mean, overall, this is really a comfortable hilt, and it checks all my boxes. Naturally, the one drawback is that these hilts are small and tight in terms of design, and so speaker placement, usually it has to be a 22 millimeter, but and it's always in here some orientation or whatever, but this one's facing a certain direction, and it actually has vents on the top and the bottom. They're very discreet, and they're part of the actual look of the hilt, so you'll never even know they're there. And the red button is a button, and the brass button is, or greebly, is a button. So normally these are made into the switches. Not a very big fan of that. And Francisco even cleverly made room to put the recharge port in the CoverTech wheel. As an option. If you wanted to keep it super accurate, there is an insert to allow for you to just have the screw, but this can also fit a 2.1 millimeter recharge port. The saber is fit with a 1-inch blade holder, although it is exactly 1 inch, and blades commonly are not exactly 1 inch on the nose. Usually because most manufacturers don't hit that 1 inch exactly dead on. This one is. So I actually, rather than sanded a blade, made a little insert for this to make it a 7/8 blade, which is much more comfortable in my opinion. I can show that off later. But let's just dive into the guts of this thing. So to gain access, this is the wrong Allen wrench. It takes a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench. The only set screw that you need to worry about is right here. I'm sorry, it's not even a set screw. This is just a flathead screw. That loosens the whole top blade holder and grip and gives you access to the chassis. This was designed by Brent Wingdom, I think. And it is pretty good, honestly. It's not perfect. I had to alter it right here because it was grabbing the battery too tight, and didn't allow any, it to go in without damaging the heat shrink. The saber I left, it has a high amp kill switch. It has a Shtok Rotary connector, Profi V3, and your 18650 with keep power battery contacts. This is in here real tight. So even though it's a removable battery, if you were at a con and had to remove it, you can, but there is the recharge port here should you go for that option. Now I'm going to remove the kill key.
You have fought gallantly.
I'm going to put this back on. Obviously, I could have removed the kill key earlier, and you don't need to access the inside of the saber to turn it on, which is a big perk for me. I really hate having to open anything. And then it has a 2 millimeter Allen key is used for the blade retention. So that'll just drop the blade plug right out. And then you have your, I put in an eco connector, but I'm sure if this was a commission, which if you are looking to get these installed, I'm more than happy to do it for you. I would use a Shtok V3 or V4 on request. Now the power is down here on the trigger. This is Kyberphonic, the Count's Claw, as the sound font. And the auxiliary is up here. Now the nice thing is that this saber comes with pre-wired switches, so even if you ordered this and didn't get it installed, these buttons are still clicky. Like, you can still feel it as if it was installed. So I really enjoy that aspect because it's less work on my part. The trigger is also lit by a single neopixel in the chassis. It isn't the brightest, but apparently this was something that was originally supposed to be implemented in the movies that never was. The scene in episode 2 is very dark and you would have noticed it, but they never actually did that for the saber. So this was added in. I think the acrylic is really nice and it holds true to what you see on the screen, but then having the option, I mean, this light can be off or on. I just have it on. It could also be blinking or pulsing or whatever you want, but I just figured it looked nice as just static on all the time. It's almost like a little bit of an optical illusion, like, is it lit? But indeed, if I were to turn off my light, you can see, yes, it's lit. Anyways, this is a really, really great font. Let me grab that blade, or the altered blade holder. So this is what I came up with. This is just 6061 aluminum machined with a 7/8 hole bore, and the diameter of this is exactly 1 inch. This hole is threaded and lines up with either a blade retention screw. It was threaded with this in line so that the threads all line up. And then you can see here, now we have a 7/8 blade holder, and it's mostly flush. I left it a little bit tall. And then here's a 7/8 blade. Throw this in there. Oh, I gotta back out my screw a little bit. That fits in there nice. Tighten this down. There you go. Really cool. All the details are here. I mean, he's got this funny cutout right here, which sometimes was thought to be a shadow, but it really is a feature. The only thing is that screw normally isn't on the prop, but like, what are you to do, you know? I'll take it. That's fine. And obviously this screw isn't there. So, you know, it's meant to be installed. I will say, gesture for twist on, twist off is a little funny for this, because the soundboard is here. So if you're choked up and you try to, you can't do it, and with the blade, it has to be the hilt. So that's a little funny. Maybe if I did stab or thrust on, that might be better. So I don't know. Either way, there you go. It's as easy as that to turn the saber off. And yep. I mean, apart from the blade holder maybe being a little tight, I think that the 7/8 is a better feeling anyways. I'm actually going to just remove this whole thing altogether. And that actually is snug enough to just stay on the blade. So kind of nice. I have a dedicated 7/8 that I just leave that on. But there you go. And if you wanted to play with it, just pull this bad boy out.
Surrender, and your lives will be spared.
So cool. I love this thing. I also, I might as well show this off. I also added in
Edit mode.
the Dooku voice pack.
Edit style, edit color, edit font, edit track, exit. Red, dark orange, gold, yellow, green, yellow, revert.
So, really cool. Totally themed as Dooku, and I'm loving it. How about we just end it here? Alright guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, Make sure to like and subscribe to see more awesome installs just like this guy. I am so happy to finally get this installed and to be able to show it off. If you're looking to get any of these installed, I will have it available on my website as a commission. It will include the chassis, electronics, and my labor. You can find that at sabersforever.com along with my ready to ship section, KR Sabers install commission, and made to order section, all on my website. And if you don't find what you like on there, please feel free to reach out at john@sabersforever.com, and I'd be happy to answer any inquiries that you have. If you're looking to get a saber installed with a chassis that you just can't find, I'd be more than happy to help design one. So please reach out again, john@sabersforever.com, and I'd be happy to help you out. So until the next time, guys, may the Force be with you.